So what stories do you need to tell on your webinar to make more sales? We're going to jump into the stories that you need to make more sales in just a second. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so that you never miss a video that will make you money. While you're down there, you can grab my free webinar course, which is 5 videos and 5 worksheets to get you started with webinars. All right, let's jump into it. What are the 5 stories that you need in your webinar to equal maximum conversion? Well, the first one is your hero's journey story. I've done several videos going over how this works and why it is so important, but here's the deal. When people start watching your webinar, within the first 5 minutes, you want to get them to your hero's journey story. This is where they learn to know, like, and trust you. You are going to tell them your story of how you got from where they are to where you are right now and why they should trust you. This is the most important story in your webinar, not just because it builds the know, like, trust factor, but it also pre-frames everything else in your webinar. It pre-frames your teaching points, it pre-frames your offer, and it pre-frames the results that you will get for them. You have to have a killer hero's journey story in your webinar to get more sales. The second story that you need is your client's journey story. So these are testimonials, but they're not just regular testimonials. If you've been on a webinar lately, you've probably seen where they just throw a testimonial up on the screen. Well, that is nice. It doesn't work as well as taking them on a journey. So basically, these client testimonial stories are mini hero's journey stories. You're taking them through individual pain points and showing them how your clients overcame them with your help. You want several of these in your webinar, at least 5. I would say more like 10 to 15 of them. And they don't have to be long. 30 seconds or less will work really, really well. The third story that you need is how you earned or learned all of your teaching points. You know when you were in high school and you had that favorite teacher? And then you had all the other teachers that you didn't like nearly as much and they were boring. Well, all those teachers that were really, really boring, the thing is with them, they did not use stories. They didn't get you involved in the learning. This is your earned it or learned it story. It's the story that you tell that pre-frames all of your teaching points, that gets people to lean in and get the big aha before you break it down into a framework. The fourth story that you need are short kind of like stories. That story that I just told you about the high school teacher, that's a kind of like story. It can also be called a simile story because it is similar to, but explains the point a little bit more. By using these stories to explain, you will get people to have that aha moment where the light bulb goes on over their head and they realize the teaching point. You want to use these after you go through the frameworks for your teaching point, as well as anywhere something might be confusing in your webinar. Last but not least is your product story. So you want to take people through how the product or service was created. This is different from your hero's journey story in the fact that it is all about the product. You take a back seat to it. Your hero's journey story is all about you and the product takes a back seat. See how these are different? It lets people know why your product is different and how it can serve them in the highest potential possible. You do not want to lead with this story. Instead, you want this story at the end when you're going through your stack. So these are the 5 core stories that every great converting webinar uses, and they're the ones that will get you the highest conversion in your webinar. Do you have questions over these stories specifically or where they should go in your webinar? Put them in the comments down below. I'll be sure to answer them for you. And while you're down there, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you never miss a video that will make you more money. You can also grab my free course on webinars in the description below. It is 5 worksheets and 5 videos that will get you started on the road to having a highly converting webinar. Until next time, take action, change lives, and make money. I'll see you soon.